Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the fourth day of the session. Just will start in few minutes. I hope some of the students are still joining. We will start by 4, 5, just in next 3 minutes. Okay, so let's begin today's session. So firstly, I will go through what will be doing in today's session. We will do a quick revision of yesterday's stuff, what we have learned, the loops concept, and the module, how to use any module in Python. And then we'll see one new module again today, random module, which we will be using in the development of the game. And again we will learn a new loop, while loop, and we will also learn conditional statement in Python. So before I start, if you have any doubts from yesterday's session, can you ask that in the comments? Any doubts from yesterday's session, or shall I do a quick revision? Okay. Just I will share my screen now. You can also visit the ideon.com site, so we can do jointly whatever I will be doing. You can try out at your end. Okay, so yesterday the first thing we saw how to use the math module in Python. So in math module we saw some of the functions such as the sqrt function, the power function. So if you want to calculate the sqrt of any number, okay, and you want to use math module, then you will simply use the number over here inside the sqrt function and you will get the result. Okay, I will go through loop one more time, don't worry. Okay, so the simple task for you, can you all guys say me the result of what's the power of 17 raised to power 5? Calculate using the math module and tell me the answer. Calculate 17 to the power 5 using the math module and tell me the answer in the comments. Quick, I think it won't take more than few seconds. Just do it quickly. Using math module, you need to calculate 17 raised to power 5. Okay, I got one answer, 1419857. Okay, just let me check out if it's correct or not. Okay, so it's correct. Okay, so I hope you know how to use a module in Python. The next thing we saw yesterday was how to use a loop. So I think some of the students have doubt how to use a loop. तो आप लोग को पहले ये समझा था कि हम लोग लूप क्यों यूज करते हैं? Why do we use a loop in any language, not just in Python, in any language? Why do we use a loop? Answer in the comments please. Why do we use a loop? जिनको समझा था वो तो बता ही सकते हैं. Why do we use a loop? Why do we use a loop in Python? Just in simple language. Anyone there? Okay, to repeat a thing, yeah, we can say that. Yeah, for repetition. Okay, see, जिसको कल नहीं समझा था फॉर लूप, एक बार फिर से लूप का कॉन्सेप्ट देख लेते हैं क्योंकि आज हम लोग व्हाइल लूप भी देखने वाले हैं. ठीक है. So for example, I told you that you need to print your name 100 times. So what will you do? As you know, you can use the print statement to print your name, print Deepak. Okay. So if you want to print this name 100 times, you need to copy paste the same code, I mean 100 times over here. So is this possible? Or it's a good practice? See, for example, I printed just few times, 5 to 7 times. So I need to write each time the print statement for to print it in a repetitive way. So I think this is not the solution. If you want to print it 100 times or 1000 times, so are you going to write the same line of code 1000 times? If that's the solution of this, then why we will use programming? Okay, वो तो हम लोग ऐसे भी कर लेंगे. So for we use loop if we are stuck in a problem, if we want to repeat a portion of code. Okay, if you want to perform a specific operation for different candidates. For example, we want to calculate average, but we just don't want to calculate average of one students, but we want to calculate average of 100 students. So there where we are gonna use the loops in Python. So loops are available in any language. I mean, they're in all the most of the language because it's a useful concept. Whenever you do programming, you will be using loop in any various problems as per the needs. Okay. So I think loop is a very useful concept you should know. And we, as we saw yesterday, the for loop, and today we'll be having a look about how we can use the while loop. Okay. So to use the for loop, as I told that every language have their own syntax. Syntax simply means the rules of any language. So for example, we need to print the name 10 times. Then for example, consider the value of n equal to 10. Okay. So the syntax is for the variable name I in range 1 comma n plus 1. I will tell you why I did n plus 1, and then you can try print your name. See, this will print your name 10 times. हम लोग सेम चीज अभी जो कर रहे थे वो 10 लाइन के कोड से करने के बदले बस हम लोग 2 लाइन का कोड यूज कर रहे हैं. We will start making game from tomorrow because these are all the concepts which will be used in the game, the loops, the while loops, the modules. So we will start making the game from tomorrow. Okay, so this is why we use for loop. Okay, so if you want to repeat anything and you want to perform specific an operation n number of times, so here we have considered n equal to 10. So the loop always terminates over n minus 1. अगर हम लोग को 10 बार प्रिंट करना था, we will consider n plus 1. So I have considered n plus 1, which is 11. So I will print for I in range n plus 1. So this will print my name 10 times. Sorry. Okay, see, here we got the output. So any doubt till now in the for loop? If anyone still have any doubt, they can ask. See, just remember the syntax. Okay? Whenever we you need to use the loop, you need to follow the same syntax. So you don't need Python app to execute this code. Okay, so you can just visit this site ideon.com, and there you can choose the Python language, and then you can start coding with me for now. But from tomorrow, you need Python installed in your PC. Okay, if you are getting this error, see there might be some indentation issue. See, whenever we write a portion of code, Python is very strict to indentation. ये ऐसा नहीं होगा कि you here you can give a space and then you can write the code. This will not get executed. And whenever you write any loop or any conditional, then you need to give 4 spaces of space over here. So if I press a tab, it will take 4 spaces. So this is called as the indentation, and then the code will be executed successfully. So if you are getting any error, then you can see if the indentation is okay or not. For लूप में अभी भी किसी को डाउट है क्या? Okay, I think for loop is now clear to everyone, and why we use loop, that's also clear to everyone. So now let's move forward with the next thing what we saw yesterday. I think that I should repeat once again the for, I mean the how to define a function. Okay, so for those who have understood why we use function and how to use function in Python, can you let me know in the comments why we use Python, I mean function in Python? The space is, I mean, four space. So you just click one tab. Okay, so it will take complete four space. So that's the indentation in Python. So can anyone say why we use function in Python? जिनको कल समझा था why we use function and how we can declare a function. आप लोग जब तक ट्राई नहीं करोगे मेरे साथ ये तब तक आप लोग को नहीं समझेगा. It seems easy that okay, we are just writing 3 lines of code and we are getting the result. But until and unless you won't type down in your PC and try out the things, you won't understand that. Yeah, it's compatible with all the computers. You know, basically people say that coding is easy, but we need a lots of practice in coding. So if you are practicing coding at your home or you are enjoying it, then for sure it will be easy for you, because you can do awesome things with coding. Anything you can think that okay, I want to create this app for my home, or I want to create this app for my relative. I want to create this website for a specific purpose. You can do that with coding. Everything is possible. Just it makes your life simple. और आजकल किसको नहीं चाहिए आई मीन luxury and simple and compatibility in their life. So anyone there why we use function in Python? Anyone, or shall I move forward? Yeah, WhatsApp is created with the help of coding, but that's a very complex thing. Okay, so don't think of that for now. Let me just run this code quickly and then I will go through it and make you understand. See, जिसको फंक्शन में डाउट था, for example, if I say you that you need to find the, I mean, print the student details of 100 different students. I think that this app is not available for Android phone, but there's many other apps you can use in as a Python ID in your phone. Okay, so you can just check that out. So yeah, first let's focus on in function. So for example, I say you that you want to find the student, I mean print the complete student details of 10 different students. Okay, so you need to create a code where I will pass my name, my marks, my last name and my school, and all the details will be get printed and the average will be get calculated. Okay, so the general solution that comes if you don't know our function, that okay, for we need to calculate for 10 different students. Okay, and then we can write the same portion of code 10 different times. So for example, the same portion of code to print this thing, the print first name, print last name, print school, and print the marks. We need to write the same portion of code for the 10 different times. But that's not a good way. If we are writing the same line of code 10 different times for the same use, so that's not a good way to do anything in coding. Okay. So for that purpose, we use function. So what this function does, you declare a function, okay, and you say that, okay, this function will be used to print the student details and print the marks. And after that, you you use this function over here, okay. So here is the function name print student details, and then you just pass the arguments to the function. For example, as I have passed my name and school over here. So for this purpose we use function in Python. और मुझे और किसी स्टूडेंट्स का भी प्रिंट करना ही है डिटेल्स, तो मुझे बस वो जो मैंने सेम प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट लिखा है वो फिर से नहीं लिखना पड़ेगा. जस्ट आई नीड टू पास द आर्गुमेंट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट स्टूडेंट. फॉर एग्जांपल राहुल, Raj, and the school name is anything else, Ravan. Okay. So for example, we need to print the student details of other student. Okay, then we can change just the, I mean, sorry, there's some error, I think. Okay, sorry, it's print student details. See here I have passed two different student details and the both student details have been printed over here. For the first students, the first name was Deepak, last name was Kumar, and the school name, and same for the second student. So we don't need to write this print statement 10 different times if we want to print the same thing for the 10 different students. Just we have defined a function and we told that this function will be used to print the student details. And then we can use the student, I mean this function for n number of times. If you want to use this for 10 times, then you can use it, not the issue. So this is why we use function in Python. So any issue till now, or do you have any doubt in function? I think it's pretty clear now. Let me know if you don't have any doubts. We can move forward now. Can we move forward? Okay, let's move forward with today's session. Okay, now we are going to learn about something new. This was just the yesterday's revision we did, as many of the students were having doubt in function and loops. If you don't have Pygame installed in your laptop, you can try installing using the command pip3. Okay, I think let's move forward. No one have any doubt in function in loops. So let's move forward with today's session, what we have planned. Okay, so let's move now with the while loop. Let's see while loop. It's also a sort of loop which we used for if we want to do anything repetitive number of time, then we use while loop or for loop, but it depends. Okay, so where we are using for loop or where we are using while loop, it depends completely upon you. If you want to use while loop, you can use while loop. If you want to use for loop, you can use for loop, not a problem. Okay, so see, I have just used for, I mean while loop to print the number from n equal, I mean 10 to 1. So here you can see the output that I got the last output as 1. So what I did over here, okay, so I have considered the value of n equal to 10 and I added a condition over here. So in under the while loop you need to add a condition. ये जो loop है कब तक चलेगा? जैसे हम लोग for loop में बोलते हैं ना, ये loop 1 to 11 चलेगा, ठीक है, तो ये loop 10 टाइम एग्जीक्यूट होगा. तो हम लोग को ऐसे ही while loop में कंडीशन डालना है कि ये जो loop है कब तक चलेगा. I mean n equal to 10 है, तो कब तक ये loop एग्जीक्यूट होना चाहिए, कितने बार रिपीट होना चाहिए. So this is the condition we need to add over here. So I have added that n not equal to 0. मतलब जब तक n 0 के इक्वल नहीं हो जाता तब तक ये लूप चलेगा. Okay, and then what I did, I simply printed n using the print statement and I decremented the value of n. Decremented what means? I just decrease the value of n in each loop just by 1. So for example, जैसे आप यहाँ पे output देखो, just consider for example just simple number. Okay, just consider for example 3 and let me run the code. Okay, see, I have considered the value of n equal to 3 and if I wrote the code while n not equal to 0, तो पहले तो ये कोड चेक होगा while n not equal to 0, तो n तो 3 का I mean 0 to equal to नहीं है, तो ये लूप के अंदर आ जाएगा, ठीक है. Then it will print n, तो print the value of n which is 3 you got as the first output, and then it will decrement the value of n as 1, n equal to n minus 1. So now the n value will be changed to n equal to, what was the initial value of n? 3. And now it changed to n minus 1, I mean 3 minus 1. So what it has changed to? It has changed to 2. So in the next execution, when this line of code will get executed, n value will be changed to 2. Again, it will check the condition in line 8. Whether n equal to 0 or not, n is still not equal to 0, it will again print 2. Okay. Again, it will come to the line 10 and it will check over here n equal to n minus 1. It means the n value has been now 1. Again, it will go to the execution of the loop statement in the while statement. It will check whether the condition has been true or false. Still n is not equal to 0. It will again print n. So फिर से यहाँ पे n का वैल्यू प्रिंट हुआ है, ठीक है, और n का वैल्यू अब क्या हो गया, अब n का वैल्यू क्या था, 1 था, ठीक है, तो 1 minus 1 0 हो गया. अब यहाँ पे कंडीशन चेक किया इसने कि while n not equal to 0, पर n का वैल्यू तो 0 है, तो जैसे लूप का कंडीशन फॉल्स होता है the loop gets terminated. So for that reason here we got the result as just 3 to 1. जैसे आप यहाँ पे चेक कर लो, ठीक है, अगर ये लूप जब ये टर्मिनेट हो जाएगा तो ये बाहर का जो प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट है वो एग्जीक्यूट होगा. प्रिंट while loop got terminated. So here we are printing the print statement. Let's see, first this will get executed, the statement under the while, and then once the loop got terminated it will come out and then it will print this print statement. So any doubt here? Any students have any doubt here how to use while loop? किसी को डाउट है क्या कैसे while loop यूज करते हैं, या किसी को नहीं समझा why we are using while loop or the syntax of while loop? Any doubt till here how we need to use while loop and what's the syntax of while loop? Okay, many of the students are telling to repeat. Okay, so see again, I will repeat just one. आप लोग जैसे अभी फॉर लूप यूज किए, ठीक है, तो फॉर लूप हम लोग क्यों यूज किए? अगर हम लोग को कोई भी थिंग, आई मीन कोई भी जो पोर्शन ऑफ कोड है वो रिपीटेटिव नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स करना है, देन वी यूज द लूप. तो सिंपली जैसे फॉर लूप था, फॉर लूप का जो सिंटेक्स था, वैसे ही व्हाइल लूप है. ठीक है, तो व्हाइल लूप में हम लोग को जो स्टेटमेंट रहता है, ब्लॉक व्हाइल स्टेटमेंट के अंदर एक स्टेटमेंट डालना पड़ता है कि ये जो लूप है कब तक एग्जीक्यूट होगा, आई मीन कब तक चलेगा, कब तक रिपीट करेगा. तो मैंने जैसे यहाँ पे n का वैल्यू 3 कंसिडर किया, तो मैंने डाला यहाँ पे कंडीशन व्हाइल n नॉट इक्वल टू 0. ठीक है, मैंने बोला जब तक n का वैल्यू 0 नहीं होता तब तक ये लूप एग्जीक्यूट होना चाहिए. और मैंने फिर ये लूप के अंदर जो कोड है वो एग्जीक्यूट होगा, क्योंकि लूप के अंदर जो प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट है, क्योंकि लूप तो सक्सेसफुली चल गया, तो लूप के अंदर जो कोड है वो एग्जीक्यूट होगा. तो उसने क्या किया, फिर प्रिंट किया n का वैल्यू. सो द वैल्यू ऑफ n as 3 is being printed, and then I simply just decrease the value of n. Okay, अगर आपको ये भी नहीं करना है, just you can say here that while, just do it just one times. Okay, just let change the condition and see what's the result. मैंने यहाँ पे क्या बोला कि while, पहले क्या था, while n not equal to 0. Okay, so this was the condition over here. तो वो n not equal to 0 में n जब तक 0 नहीं होता तब तक ये लूप चलेगा. अब हम लोग बोलते हैं while n is greater than 2, तो फिर क्या आउटपुट आएगा, बस इतना मुझे बताओ. अब मैंने कंडीशन डाला ये लूप उसी वक्त तक एग्जीक्यूट होना चाहिए जब तक n की वैल्यू 2 से बड़ी है. ठीक है, तो अभी ये क्या करेगा, इट विल चेक द वैल्यू ऑफ n एज n इक्वल टू 3. 3 is greater than 2, the condition is true. Okay, here the condition becomes true. It will come in line number 9. Okay, so it will print the value of n, so it will print n equal to 3. Okay, and then it will decrement the value of n. तो n की वैल्यू क्या थी पहले, 3, n इक्वल टू 3 माइनस 1 कितना हो गया, 2. ठीक है, अब ये फिर से ये लूप का जो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट है वहां पे जाएगा. n का वैल्यू 2 है, but what's my condition, that n should be greater than 2. So will this be executed now? Not, because the condition becomes false over here. So we will only get the output just as 2. Just I will run the code and you will also see the output, that you will get just 3. See here, I just got 3, and then I got the statement which is printed out of the loop. While loop got terminated. चलो अभी मुझे इसमें एक चीज करके दिखाओ. ओके, I am considering n value as 5, and I will say that while n is greater than 5. So इसका रिजल्ट क्या होगा? Just tell me the output of this portion of code. I have considered the value of n as 5, and I have added this while statement as while n is greater than 5, then execute this block of code, else go out of the loop and print the while loop got terminated statement. So what will be the result of this? Anyone there who can tell me the result? What will be the output of this while loop? Okay, I think I got one answer correct. Yeah, if you have written the output as while loop got terminated, then you are right. If you didn't got the output, क्या इसका स्टेट, I mean output होगा Then let's see, I will make you understand now. Okay, I got many of the replies that while loop got terminated. That's the correct answer. I hope you have understood while loop. So here मैंने क्या बोला अभी while loop कैसे चलता है. I will consider the, for example, I consider the value of n equal to 5. Okay, I wrote the condition that while n should be greater than 5. So whether this condition is true or false. Is n greater than 5 here? Is n greater than 5? I think n is not greater than 5. Okay. तो यहीं पे कंडीशन अगर फॉल्स हो गया तो ये जो while लूप का जो स्टेटमेंट है ये तो एग्जीक्यूट होगा ही नहीं आपका. So this is the reason this won't get executed and this you will get just this in the results. It will come out of the loop and you will get the result while loop got terminated. Okay, now tell me the output of, if I just added here a equal to sign, then what will be the output? Okay, don't add equal to sign, just tweak it a little bit more while n equal to n. Okay, just tell me the output now. What will be the output over here? While n is greater than 1, what will be the output of this line of code? While n is greater than 1, print n equal to n minus 1. Don't run the code, okay? Without running the code, tell me the output. Don't run the code. अगर आप लोग कोड रन कर लोगे तो फिर तो आपका आउटपुट दिख ही जाएगा. Don't run the code, but tell me the output, that what will be the output of this statement. While n is greater than 1, print n equal to n minus 1, and then come out of the loop, and then print while loop got terminated. 5432, 5432. Yeah, I got two correct answer, 5432 and nothing else. After 5432 कुछ भी print नहीं हुआ क्या? Okay, see, जिनका आउटपुट नहीं आया, ठीक है. What I've added, I have considered the value of n equal to 5. Okay, and then what I have wrote the condition while n is greater than 1. Sorry. So this will be loop will get executed until and unless the value of n is less than greater than 1. So here I will print 5 n equal to n minus 1. So the new value of n is 4. Again 4 is greater than 1. Yes. If the condition is true, again it will come inside the loop and again it will print 4. And similarly for the other cases also. एक बार condition जैसे n की value 1 हो गई, तो 1 is not greater than 1. Then the condition will get false. And then it will come out of the loop and just print the statement in the line 12, which is print while loop got terminated. Okay. Okay, so just based on the while loop, I am giving a small task over here. You can just tell me the answer within few minutes, or I will just give you in the homework, so you can try out that after the session. Now the next concept we will be looking over here as a conditional statement in Python. I hope that you have understood loop very better, okay? Because I am getting good replies as the correct answer also. So, and those who haven't understood, they can ask doubts in tomorrow class or they can check out after the session. If there's any doubt, you can ask me tomorrow, not a problem. So let's see now a new concept which is widely used in Python, same as the loop, conditional statement in Python. Okay. So for example, फॉर एग्जाम्पल नाउ सी यू, आपको अगर ऐसा करना है, ठीक है, दैट यू आर राइटिंग अ पोर्शन ऑफ कोड, जैसे अभी हम लोगों ने व्हाइल लूप में देखा कि हमने एक कंडीशन डाला व्हाइल n नॉट इक्वल टू 0 और n इज ग्रेटर देन 10, पर हमें ऐसा करना है कि हमारे पास दो कंडीशन है, ठीक है, अगर जैसे n की वैल्यू 5 है तो प्रिंट द वैल्यू ऑफ n इज 5, और अगर n की वैल्यू 10 है तो प्रिंट द वैल्यू ऑफ n इज 10। हम लोग को मतलब ऐसे ऐसा ये नहीं कि जो जो लाइन आई मीन सीक्वेंस ऑफ कोड है हर लाइन तो वो एग्जीक्यूट होना चाहिए। इफ माई कंडीशन गॉट फुलफिल्ड what I want, if the value of n is 5, then only the portion of code will get executed. So how we can achieve this in Python? So this is why we use conditional statement in Python in the form of if and else statement. सिंपल है एकदम, बहुत सिंपल है, if and else है, बहुत सिंपल है। You will write a condition in if, you will write a condition in else, okay, it will check the condition. If that statement is true, it will get executed. If that's wrong, it will move to else. This is simple, we need to use if and else. Let's try a simple code and see how this works. If, let's consider the value of n equal to 10 and write a conditional statement that if n equal to 10, then print the value of n is 10, else print the see. Here what I told you that why we use conditional statement in Python. If we want a specific block of code to be executed only when the requirements got fulfilled. Okay, so when you will learn coding in high stuffs, so this is the basic thing, but we'll use for more complex problem. अगर जैसे हम लोग का कोई डेटा आ रहा है, ठीक है, कहीं से कोई भी वेबसाइट से कोई डेटा हम लोग रिसीव कर रहे हैं और हम लोग को चेक करना है कि ये डेटा जो हम लोग का डेटा का रिक्वायरमेंट्स है उससे मैच करता, तो ही हम लोग डेटाबेस में स्टोर करेंगे। अगर नहीं करता तो वो हम लोग डेटा को रिजेक्ट कर देंगे। तो वहां पे भी हम लोग ये कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट ही यूज करने वाले हैं, पर थोड़ा हाई लेवल में यूज करने वाले हैं। ओके, सो व्हाट हियर आई रोट, I have considered the value of n equal to 10. Okay, here I wrote if n equal to 10. So जब भी हम लोग कंपैरिजन करते हैं तो डबल इक्वल टू यूज करते हैं, ठीक है। तो n की वैल्यू क्या है अभी 10 है, 10 इक्वल टू 10, कंडीशन गॉट ट्रू। तो जो भी स्टेटमेंट का कंडीशन ट्रू होगा, ठीक है, for example I have wrote n equal to 10 and this condition gets true, so the block under that if statement will get executed. So here I wrote if n equal to 10, it's true, so here I got the output as the value of n is 10. अगर ये false हो जाता, then I told if this statement is false, then move to the else block and then print this the value of n is not equal to 10, ठीक है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे हम लोग कंडीशन देख लिए, जब इफ का कंडीशन ट्रू है, लेट्स ट्राई दैट व्हेन n इक्वल टू 12 व्हाट विल बी द आउटपुट। व्हेन आई हैव कंसीडर द वैल्यू ऑफ n इक्वल टू 12 व्हाट विल बी द आउटपुट। आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स कैन से दिस नाउ, व्हाट विल बी द आउटपुट ऑफ दिस if n इक्वल टू 12। See, if you got the output that's very good, if you don't understand still I will make you understand। अभी हमने n का वैल्यू 12 कर दिया, ठीक है, तो अभी जो हमारा ये 7th लाइन में जो स्टेटमेंट है इफ n इक्वल टू 10, ये चेक होगा वेदर दिस कंडीशन इज ट्रू नॉट। अगर वो कंडीशन ट्रू ही नहीं है, दिस गॉट this gets false, this condition gets false, then why this block will be get executed? Okay, so then it come to else and say, okay, I will print the value of n is not equal to 10. So this is so why we got the output at the value of n is not equal to 10. So ये समझा गया conditional statement सबको, how we can use if and else in Python. If you have any doubt, please ask, because it's a simple concept, I think. Any of you have any doubt why we use conditional statement in Python and how can we use it? Do you have any doubts? You can ask that, please. So everyone have understood how to use conditional statement in Python? Okay, just I will write a portion of code over here. Okay, and you need to tell me the output. Okay, now tell me the output of this. What will be the output? Tell me the output of this line of, I mean, this block of code. Sorry. What will be the output of this? If you have understood arithmetic operations, if you have understood how to use conditional statement, then it won't be that hard for you. What will be the output of this conditional statement? Please don't execute the code, just try out in your head and tell me the output. कोड को एग्जीक्यूट करके रिजल्ट नहीं देखकर बताना है, फिर तो कोई फायदा ही नहीं है. I got one answer. The value of n is not equal to 10. Okay, I am waiting for some more answers. If you are just trying out it. I have changed here the value. Now the statement is the value of n is 15. Okay. Okay, I'm getting lot of wrong answer. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Value is not equal. No, no. Okay, so the correct answer is just I will execute the code and you will see the answer. And then I will tell you why this is the correct answer. The value of n is 15. How the value of n is not 15? Just see the line of code. N equal to 15. And I did here a arithmetic operation. N equal to 3. 15 into 3. What's the value of 15 into 3? It's a multiplication. I have told you in the previous class how we can perform any arithmetic operations. 15 into 3 equal to 45. 45 equal to 45. This condition is true. So if the condition gets true, then the block of code inside the true one will get executed. n का वैल्यू 15 था, मैंने बस n into 3 किया, तो n into 3 कितना होगा? 15 into 3 45. 45 is 45 equal to 45. Yes. So it will print this line. The print the value of n is 15. और कंडीशन false रहता तो फिर वो प्रिंट करता नेक्स्ट लाइन. Understood now conditional statement? If you have printed the wrong answer this time, okay. So I hope now it's clear to you. Only when the condition will get true, ये condition जो state I mean ब्रैकेट के अंदर वो चेक करो, वो अगर ट्रू है तो वो उसके अंदर जो स्टेटमेंट है वो एग्जीक्यूट होगा. यहाँ पे n की वैल्यू 15 थी, 15 into 3 equal to 45. 45 is equal to 45, so this will get printed. That's it. Okay, just one more question, okay, before we end the today's session. मैं आपको उसके पहले एक चीज बता रहा, सिंपल सा. जैसे मेरे को और किसी नंबर का रिमाइंडर फाइंड करना है, ठीक है. इफ आई डिवाइड 10 डिवाइड बाई 2, देन दिस इज इक्वल टू 5. पर रिमाइंडर क्या होगा? रिमाइंडर इज इक्वल टू 0. ओके, 10 डिवाइड बाई 2 इक्वल टू 5, ये तो समझ सबको पता है. And the remainder is 0. But if we need to find in any language, then we use this symbol, that 10 mod, this is called as mod, and 2. So this will give the remainder of that. बस आप ये लाइन अभी कोड याद रखो, how we can get the remainder of any number, and I will give you a small task here. Right now you need to try that. N equal to 64. Okay, so what will be the output of this code now? Tell me and the answer. मैंने यहाँ पे अभी बताया कि अगर आपको किसी नंबर का रिमाइंडर निकालना है, ठीक है, 10 mod 2, आई मीन 10 डिवाइड बाई 2 5 होता है, रिमाइंडर कितना होता है? 0. पर आपको कोड में निकालना है रिमाइंडर, दैट 10 और 2 से 10 को डिवाइड करेंगे तो रिमाइंडर कितना होगा. तो आप ये सिंबल यूज करते हो परसेंट का, ठीक है. तो इसको हम लोग मॉड कहते हैं. तो अभी मैंने n इक्वल टू 64 कंसिडर किया है और मैंने दोनों केस में रिमाइंडर निकाला हुआ है. So tell me the answer of this. What will be the answer of this block of code? Don't execute the code, just try out in your head and tell me the answer. Tell me the complete print statement. Which print statement will get printed? Six. What will get printed as the output? Whether print the value of n is 16, either all the print the value of n is 64. What will get printed when I will run this code? I got just one correct answer till now by Harshit. Anyone more? 6. Why? How you are guys getting the output as 6? I'm not sure how you are getting the output as 6 because I'm not printing any value. I'm printing just a statement. Yeah, write down the complete print statement, please. Whether the print statement in the line 7 or the print statement in the line 9 will get printed. Okay, 64. Okay, 64. I got few correct answer now. I mean, a lot of students are now adding the correct answer. ये आप लोग देखकर तो नहीं कमेंट कर रहे हो ना करेक्ट आंसर. अगर आपको समझा तो ही बताओ, नहीं समझा तो फिर बताओ, मैं फिर से बताता. If you haven't understood the how to find the remainder, how to use conditional statement, just ask. Okay, and if you don't have any doubts, then it's good. It can't show 6. It will, how you can, how it will get, how you will get the result as 6, because we are not printing any value over here. We are printing the print statement. ओके, सो जिसको नहीं समझ में आया एक बार फिर से देखते ही है. एन का वैल्यू क्या है? 64. एंड मॉड 3. अगर मैं 64 को 3 से डिवाइड करूं तो रिमाइंडर 0 आएगा क्या? यस और नो, टेल मी इन द कमेंट्स. इफ आई डिवाइड n, I mean 64 with 3, will I get the remainder as 0? Just tell yes or no. It's a simple division here. If I divide 64 by 3, will I get the remainder 0? No. Then how this will get printed? Because this, if block got wrong, I mean if the condition this gets wrong, then how this will get printed? Then we will check over here whether 64 divided by 16 is equal to 0. I mean the remainder. Is the remainder of this is equal to 0? 64 divided by 16, is the remainder 0? Tell me yes or no. 64 divided by 16, the remainder is not 0. How are you guys performing the division? It's a simple division. Okay, see here. 64 divided by 16, it's equal to 0. Okay, so this condition gets true. And so we got the value of the print, the value of n is 64. So this was just simple. So in today's session, we saw how to use while loop. I mean now loop is completely clear to everyone. How to use conditional statement in Python, the if else statement. Okay. And also we did some revision of yesterday lesson. How can we define a function in Python? Okay. So from tomorrow we can start the development of the game. So please make sure you have Pygame and Python installed in your PC, because from tomorrow onwards we won't be using this site. You need to write in the command prompt in the Windows pip3 install Pygame. It's not 64 divided by 64, it's 64 divided by 16. What is the remainder? It's 0. That's why we have printed the value. The value of n is 64. No, else and elif is not same. Okay. Here also we need to write a statement under the block. Therefore we have used elif. अगर हमें स्टेटमेंट नहीं लिखना पड़ता तो सिंपल हम लोग else यूज कर सकते थे. That else print no answer. For example, I consider the value of n as 6667. So it will get printed the no answer. See here we got the output as no answer. You can install Pygame using the command pip3 install Pygame by writing that command in the command prompt on Windows, and that will get installed successfully. You can also check, there are many tutorials over YouTube how to install Pygame. You can find out from there. Now I hope it's clear to everyone the basics of Python, and these are the concepts which we will be using the development of the game. Okay, the conditionals, the loops, the print statement, the how importing of any module. Okay, so these are all the concepts we will be using, and make sure tomorrow you have Python and Pygame installed in your PC, because from tomorrow we are not going to use this site. And for now, I think we are good to go.